Good morning, all you cool cats and mathematicians. I know every teacher was dying to say that to you guys yesterday, but you guys are still mathematicians. So happy Tuesday. It's March 31st, the last day of March, finally, right? Longest month ever. We're going to continue working on compound interest. Today, we're not going to change the lesson format for today or for tomorrow. We're going to kind of change our lesson on Thursday, but we're going to try to finish the compound interest tomorrow will be our last day working on it. But once again, compound interest is something you guys can use forever, right? Something we use when we talk about banking and things like that. So let's go ahead and move forward. This is a question I got yesterday many times. I put this on the slide yesterday, so I'm not going to say it wasn't a little bit annoying whenever I got this question many times yesterday. I really want to make sure you guys are, I know you guys are watching the videos, generally speaking, because I can see how many views it's getting, so I know that you guys are watching my math videos for the most part. I know some of you aren't, but most of you are. So that's good. But just remember, compounded means how many times they're calculating the interest and adding it on to the amount of money that they started with. So if they're compounding the interest annually, that means just one time a year. So they're just going to take whatever money you're investing or putting in the bank, and they're just going to add that interest amount to it. And if it's happening quarter or semi-annually, that means twice a year. So it'll happen twice in 1 year. So it'll be two. Quarterly means how many quarters are there in a year? Well, there's 4 quarters, right? 12 months, broken up into 3 months apiece. So 12 divided by 3 is 4 quarters. Each quarter has 3 months in it. So how many times is it compounded quarterly? 4 times. So they're going to take your balance and they're going to add that interest to it 4 times. Okay, so it's going to happen 4 times. So be thinking about, is it better to have a larger amount of compoundings per year? Well, probably, right? So, but generally speaking, those interest rates will be smaller for the ones that are compounding more frequent, probably. Monthly, right? There's 12 months a year. Sometimes you'll see something that says bi-monthly or something like that. So it's happening twice a month. So that's where a lot of times you'll see the 24 here. So be really careful. It means how many times they're calculating that interest, how many times it's being added to your balance, okay? So, and here's the formula again. Make sure you guys have it. Make sure you know what all the letters represent. I heard a lot of questions about what does the N mean? Well, I just explained it. So how many times it's compounding per year, it always tells you in the problem. So make sure you refer to that chart, write it down and use it. If you have a question, like if there's a question that wasn't on the chart, just ask me, that's fine. But you guys can also Google that. If they give you a problem that is not on the chart, it's fine. That's what it means. It means how many times it's happening a year. Where's my mouse? There it is. It just disappeared again. Okay, so this is the problem from yesterday that you guys were working on. The one problem, I only gave you one problem yesterday. The only way to really be successful in this online Algebra 2 class, I know Algebra 2 can be challenging without being online, so adding it to being online makes it a little bit more complicated. The best way to do it is to make sure you're watching the videos, make sure you are writing down all of my examples and keeping it, and make sure that you are doing the classwork I assigned to you, and make sure that you are using that information to help you with the assessment that I give you. I'd like to start adding homework in here, but we're just gradually getting everything in here. So your assignments we'll start building on it, but right now I just want to get you into the hang of taking notes from the videos. I don't have any foldables to give you. That's weird to do that at home. I want to though. But anyway, I'm trying to find a way to do that. But in the meantime, just make sure you're printing these out or writing these examples on in your notebook. You guys all have your notebooks, I think, except for one student leaves her notebook in my classroom, and you know who you are, special student. Okay, so here we go. So this was the problem from yesterday. An investment account pays 5.4% annual interest, compounded quarterly. There's that quarterly question you guys are asking me. And we know how many quarters are there in a year? 4. And we know you have to change your interest rate. You have to move that decimal point over 4 places to the, I'm saying 4, 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So it should be 1, 2, 0.054 annual interest. And then 4,000 is your principal. So this is our N. This is our rate and then it says 8 years, and that's our time. Okay, so you guys just plug it into the formula. A equals the principal times 1 plus the rate over the amount of compoundings to the power of the amount of compoundings times the time, which makes sense because that's how many times it's compounding. It's compounding 4 times a year, but there's 8 years, so 4 times 8, right? So your principal is 4,000. And you have 1 plus 0.054 over 4 quarters in a year to the power of the 4 times the 8. So that's how it would look set up. Make sure you guys set yours up properly. And if you did, hopefully you guys are saying, yeah, let's go. Okay, and then you guys are going to calculate. Make sure you do the right order of operations. Make sure you always work on your parentheses first and then your exponents, right? And then your multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So 4,000, when you do 0.054 divided by 4, and then you add 1, you should get something like 1.0135 to the power of 4 times 8. So you guys should have 32 up here. And then you guys should, I would just do this all on my calculator, and I told you guys that yesterday. When you take 1.0135 to the power of 32, you get something like 1.54. And you multiply that times 4,000, it's going to give you something like 6,143 and 56 cents, something like that. So hopefully you guys got that one right from yesterday. I want to give you, I'm just going to do one more with you guys, make sure that you have it. And if you can do this one on your own, you're pretty much good to go. It's just plugging into the formula. Every information's here. I didn't try to trick you with any problem. There's one I tried to give you without the interest rate on it, but I decided against it. So anyways, this is how you do it. Let's do one more. So I want you guys to take a minute, see if you guys can go ahead and plug it into the formula. So go ahead and pause the video, go ahead and try this one and see what you guys get. Hopefully you set it up correctly and your problem looks like this. You were able to move the decimal point over 2 places to the left to get an interest rate of 0.043. You were able to compound it monthly, which means it was going to calculate that interest 12 times a year. And then your balance, what your starting amount was 700. So hopefully you set it up like this, and go ahead and take a moment, pause it, and make sure that you guys can finish calculating it all the way through. Make sure we get the same thing. So take a moment, pause the video, and calculate this all the way through. And let's see if we get the same thing. All right, so hopefully you calculated it all the way through and you ended up with an amount of $945.34. And that would be the way that the count increased in 7 years. And so hopefully this is what you guys got for this one. All right, if you didn't, feel free to ask me questions later today. Okay, so now what you guys are going to do is this. You're going to, I have 3 compound interest problems for you guys to try today. Where are they? They are attached to your assignment, and I have a Word and a PDF file, whatever is easier for you guys. You can do them on your notebook paper, you can print it out, write it on your device, and then send it in, whatever is easier for you guys to do, and just send it in by the morning, by 8 a.m. in the morning, so pretty much today. Unless you guys are early birds. I don't know if any of you are. And then, so how do you do it? Any way you want to do it, like I told you. And just make sure you add the work and click turn in. Really try these 3 problems. Make sure you really know how to do them because you guys have a mastery assignment, 10 points tomorrow. That's your last assignment for quarter 3. The last mastery assignment for quarter 3, because we're going to start working on radicals, which are kind of like square roots, but with different numbers. And so that's what we're going to start doing on Thursday and Friday. Don't forget, if you actually need help on these problems, you have to see me today because you have an assessment on it tomorrow. You should not be asking me after the assessment or the day of the assessment. I don't know how to do this because you've had time to do it today and yesterday. So make sure that you guys are actually watching the videos, actually trying to get the right answer that I get. Make sure you have your work filled out from the week, and then you guys can ask me how to do it, or ask me where you're getting stuck. Make sure you are not coming to me the day of the assignment asking me, telling me you don't know how to do it at all, because you should be following along every single day and staying on top of it, okay? And especially for those students who are not attaching work, there are some of you that are not attaching work. A lot of you are, and I love it. I love seeing what you're doing because I miss that part of being in the classroom. I can't see what you're doing. So that's why I need to see it. I need to see what you're doing and if you're getting it. Need to make sure you're putting that effort in. So make sure that you're doing that. And those of you that are not doing it, make sure you do so, because if you say you don't understand it, the first thing I'm going to say, you know this, the first thing I'm going to say is, where is your classwork? Where is your work that you're following along the videos and you're making that effort and you're following along with me, so I can refer back to those examples. So make sure you're doing your part, and I'll be sure to help you with it. It's no problem. I help students all day long. But anyway, I'll be in the post office from 10 to 12 today and 2 to 4 today. If you're messaging me, just wait a minute and I'll get back to you guys. I'm just probably helping another student or on the phone or something. Okay. All right, guys. Well, have a good day. Let's see. That's it. Let me go back one more slide. Hang on. I'm gonna keep this, and I want to show you. It looks like this. This is what your assignment looks like. It's just 3 problems for the day. Okay. All right, you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you and talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.